It's time for episode 109 of Soccer Cards United. This is the number one soccer card podcast. My name is Jason. That's Enzo. Hi, Enzo.
Hey, Jason.
We're back one day late. Thank you for your patience, everyone. We have a lot of stuff to talk about. But first, how are you, Enzo?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Right now, on this laptop, just for the viewer,
Yeah.
we're having a problem with our website.
Okay.
It's a design problem. It's not a functional problem.
No,
But that's arguably worse.
Functions wonderfully well.
It functions great.
Yeah.
But the top banner used to have the Soccer Card United texture. The
Yep.
kind of grassy pitch. You can see it on, if you go on the website, you'll see it on the bottom banner.
Mm-hmm.
That texture should be on the top banner. But for some reason, and I haven't tweaked it, I haven't touched it, for some reason that has changed.
Okay.
And now the top banner is just a bland blue. It doesn't look terrible, but it used to look better.
Right.
And I don't know if Squarespace updated something, because I need to do some like injunction code to get that to happen.
Okay.
So I don't even fully remember how I did it.
Yeah.
So how am I doing today? I'm doing fine.
But you're worried about that.
It's bothering me a little bit.
Okay.
But I want to try I want to not look at it, and I'll get podcast mode. That was just something that just happened.
And if anyone listening is a Squarespace website wizard,
Listen,
go onto the website and have a look.
the custom CSS I'm opening now.
If anyone can run their way around CSS, no problem. Get on the website and have a look. And if you don't know anything about any of that, go on the website and you just look at the store. You don't even worry about how it looks. You just browse that store and see is there anything you
How
want
it
to
looks, in fact, it packs everything.
buy.
I have no idea.
Are you going to be doing web development all through the show?
That's my
Because
plan.
that might not make very, very good listening.
That's my plan, Jason.
Okay.
Media only.
No,
I'm sorry.
don't read anything else out loud. So World Cup Mosaic is out tomorrow, the 5th of October. Well, I should say actually, for the benefit of some of our listeners, it's Road to the World Cup Mosaic.
Okay.
Somebody commented on our Prism post on Instagram today and said, I think it was a Portuguese fella, he said, I don't understand what's the difference between these two sets.
Like that in Prism.
Yeah, he said, I can tell they're both important, but what's more important to do? It's a brand new guy to the hobby.
I love that.
So I said, well, one is Road to the World Cup and it features teams that aren't at the World Cup, and it doesn't feature some teams that are at the World Cup.
Okay.
And so
Canada,
Prism,
the big omission.
Canada, the big omission, and then I don't think it has any African teams,
That's
which is problematic as well.
very problematic.
So that's not great. But there are some interesting things in the World Cup Mosaic checklist. And I have some of those things here, I think. Where are they gone? Oh yeah, here they are. So, what to expect in a box of Road to the World Cup Mosaic. 15 cards per pack, 10 packs per box, 12 boxes per case, 200 cards in the set, and 1 autograph, 20 inserts, 15 Mosaic parallels, and 5 silver parallels in a hobby box.
Okay.
So we've opened
La Liga.
La Liga Mosaic before, and did we open Serie A? Yeah, I think so.
Serie A,
Yeah, so like it's full of colour.
There was no Milan players in Serie A.
That's right. Yeah. Some evidence of those rips are still here on this very table, which is becoming stacked higher and higher with cards as the podcast gets older and older. So in terms of the base checklist, obviously you've got a million different parallels, going from
A lot of unnumbered.
Blue Pulsar all the way down to 2 different 101s, Black Mosaic and Nebula Choice Mosaic, 2 different 101s.
Jason. So does that mean that there's no true one of one?
In this set, there's no true 101.
Okay,
No,
look at that.
I don't think so.
Okay. No, I think black probably counts as the true one of one. No, not, I think it's, I don't know.
Well, I suppose Choice is a different configuration maybe for the Asian market or something.
Maybe.
Is that right? So you've got a lot of usual suspects. Every country will recognize players and go, why are they in there? I know a lot of the Mexican fans are like, why is there still like Javier Hernandez and stuff? Hasn't been part of the world, part of the international team for years. Yeah, and they obviously have his autographs and stuff, and they need to just use them up. You got some Peru are in there, I see. England are in there. Italy are in there, Enzo. Poland. I see. Oh, Qatar. No, they're not, and they could be. There's no reason they wouldn't be. If Qatar are in there. Wales are in there. America, or United States of America. Spain. Austria. Australia make an appearance Australia. Okay. They are going to the World Cup. They had a very successful road to the World Cup. They won a playoff, I think, to get in there.
Yeah, I guess your road needs to be somewhat decent to get into the... But no, Qatar weren't even part of the road to the World Cup. They were already in it.
No, yeah. They're at the end of the road to the World Cup.
They were automatically their hosts, so they get to just be there. So they actually didn't have a road to the World Cup. They just paid money to have a World Cup.
Yeah.
And then they get to be there. But they're in the road to the World Cup, and Ireland aren't.
Interesting, isn't it? And then I see Belgium, I see Croatia, I see all that stuff. Now, the really interesting part to me is there's the Netherlands are in there as well.
Netherlands.
The only kind of interesting rookie that I see in the whole checklist at the first glance is Cody Gakpo. But he's going to be in Prism as well, and he already has rookies in score, so I don't really think...
Is Gavi on that checklist?
Is Gavi on that checklist? Let me have a look and see. No, he's not. He's not in the base set anyway, so let's have a look at the auto set. Checklist is very, very big. We have the likes of...
Thiago
Motta is there. Bakary Sagna is there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Landon Donovan. Diego Maradona.
Bakary Sagna is shocking.
Yeah, shocking stuff.
If he was still playing, you wouldn't want him in there.
There are black mosaic black autographs, which are all 101 autographs.
Okay.
Then they have the black gold choice mosaic.
Diego Maradona, love to see that.
Diego Maradona is in every autograph. They're just burning through those Maradona autographs.
They must have a lot.
How many do they have? Like, they're using them at a rate of knots. So yeah, there's just loads of...
like, you could perfectly do this set without a Maradona autograph on the checklist.
Completely.
I don't think anyone would. Pele, is that Pele to 25?
Pele to 1 and then maybe Pele 25. Hang on.
I thought I seen Pele to 25.
So Pele's on the script. He's on like one of the base auto checklists. So you can get base Pele autos. You can get of 8 Pele autos. 101, 1 of 10, 101, 1 of 25.
Sharp eyes.
So there's all sorts of Pele and Maradona autos in this product.
That's the kind of best part of Panini, to be fair. No, but shocking. Like, I imagine,
weird, so weird.
Imagine.
So strange.
But like, how many... Like, Maradona obviously is not with us anymore, so that's shocking.
Yeah.
Unless they're planning for a very short... I don't know how much... He could have been signing for years.
Maybe they just did like a monthly or yearly signing with him for 30 years and they just have millions of them. Then you have some interesting inserts.
Never, like, how are you putting them in? Like, to me, that's part of the kind of soccer lack of knowledge. Like, if you're in Panini, surely it's like, okay, we have all these Maradona autos and we're never going to be able to replenish them ever.
Yeah.
Should we put them in Road to the World Cup Mosaic?
Yeah.
And I think the response I was like, probably not.
Well,
it's a good idea not to do that.
I think the whole problem is that
I wouldn't.
They only have bad and really good cards in these sets.
I know.
It's like if they could just make better sets, they wouldn't need to. It's like you're either getting any of this, like 70 or 80% is just rubbish.
Bakary Sagna.
Like, and then
you open a box. So you open a box of this, you could get Bakary Sagna's autograph, or you could get Diego Maradona
or Pele. Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. When we're seeing like case breaks and stuff like that, we're gonna love seeing the Maradonas getting hit. The images are gonna be beautiful.
Of course.
But let's just save it for Prism. Like, imagine if Prism had more Maradona autos.
Yep.
Than a Mosaic had none. Like, I think that would be better. I don't know though.
I don't know either.
We don't know the sticker volume.
No. And it needs to have some redeeming qualities. But then it's like, or just don't do it.
Where's the Robbie Keane autos? That'd be fun.
Something for me, please. I'm on the podcast all the time.
Bakary Sagna makes the checklist.
Come on.
And no Irish player makes it. That just doesn't make sense.
No. There are no number one soccer card podcasts in the world hosted by French people.
Listen. And certainly not. And they've Mbappe if they are.
Yeah. What's the problem?
What's wrong? Why do you need Sagna?
Why don't throw me a bone?
Why would they not?
Why would they not? It would certainly make me review the products more favorably. I'd come on here in a Panini t-shirt every week. These people know what they're doing. All right, then you have inserts, breakaway, give and go, international men of mastery, montage. These are all, we've seen these in other Mosaic sets. Overdrive, yeah, they're all from Pitch Masters. Stained glass is interesting. Of course, Erling Haaland gets a stained glass.
Yeah.
There's actually a huge stained glass checklist. Ruud van Nistelrooy, Pele stained glass.
Are they case hits?
I don't know.
Box hits, case hits, I don't know.
I presume maybe case hits, but
I don't know. You don't know.
I don't know. Vinicius Jr.,
Serginho Dest,
Guillermo Ochoa, Mateus de Ligt, Ferran Torres.
Zlatan doesn't have...
Zlatan there has one there, look.
No, I'm talking about autographs.
No autographs, no, I don't think so.
You can't get him to do much.
You also have cool, like, You have a Luis Figo, a Pele, Batistuta, Totti, Kaká, Van Persie, David Beckham. They all have stained glass, which will be pretty cool. And then you have your Will to Win and Playmakers. Now, Playmakers
Does Zlatan have no officially licensed autographs ever?
I don't know.
Like, I'm not surprised. Sorry, I'm not surprised that it's difficult for him.
Yeah. To get him to do anything.
Get him to sign anything. But
he'd be more likely to start his own card company.
A Panini score of 10. Zlatan went for 170.
That's pretty good.
FIFA score in the Sweden kit looks brilliant. To be honest, I want it. Sorry.
I was going to say, there is this thing, the Playmakers Checklist. Playmakers is a set that was previously, I think, in Treble maybe, or something else. I think maybe Treble. But it's on-card autographs.
Oh.
We saw one in the promotional thing from Panini, the Messi on-card autograph. That's from the Playmakers Checklist. And that checklist, it's an insert auto on-card. And it's Messi, Yuri Tielemans, Douglas Costa, Roberto Carlos, Harry Kane, Manuel Neuer, Javier Hernandez, and Christian Pulisic. So we don't know if they're one of ones, if they're,
it's a weird group of people, isn't it?
It's a weird group of people. I mean, Douglas Costa, come on.
That's shocking.
Get him out of there.
How did you even find him?
Yeah. What's going on here?
Where is he even playing right now?
I think he's in Brazil. He was in the MLS, and then I think he went to Brazil.
Yuri Tielemans.
Yuri Tielemans is not the Belgian midfielder I would have picked.
Yeah.
I mean, even like Eden Hazard or obviously Kevin De Bruyne, not Yuri Tielemans. Yeah, Roberto Carlos, okay, fair enough, legend.
But weird to just have one legend in the mix.
Weird, yeah. So basically this set is going to be like a lot of Mosaic stuff. If you get good stuff, incredible. And for most people, not so good.
It'll give you a bit of World Cup fever, especially if the Prism hobby boxes stay at crazy prices.
Yeah.
Sure. You put out a reel, Jason. It's going crazy on the timeline.
Oh, it's going well.
People are loving it.
Yeah. Oh, we should mention what that reel was about, by the way.
That was my setup to you to do
so
that.
Good.
And
then I pull back the curtain. Sorry. I was excited to get the dopamine hit of looking at the likes.
All them likes.
Now I feel like I'm worth something as a person.
You're not.
Oh, no. Let me look at it again. So we need a table for the London Card Show.
We do.
Please give us yours.
Yeah. We had the mistake. The first time we got the show, we got 2 tables. Then we said to Harry, the organizer, we don't need 2 tables. We just need 1. So he said, okay, I'll give you a table for the next show.
Yeah.
We said, great. So when the second show came around, we didn't have to think about a table. And the third show came around, we were in that mode still where we were like, oh, we don't have to think about a table.
Yep.
Our table's there. We have a table. Indefinitely at the London Card Show. That real estate is ours.
Yeah. We just thought we had a table for life.
Table for life. Well, you'd like to think the number 1 soccer card podcast, if anyone's getting a table for life,
wouldn't even have to ask.
And yeah, here we are begging.
So there is a waiting list system. I think we said this before on the podcast. I'm not sure. There is a waiting list system. We've decided we don't have time or patience for that.
We need to book flights.
We need to book accommodation. We need to get our lives together. So if you have a table for the London Card Show and you're hemming and hawing over whether or not you're going, don't go.
If you know someone with 2 tables that are better off at 1.
Yeah. Just tell them to contact us and we'll give them what they pay for the table and make it worth their while on top.
Oh, we've been to Denmark. We're going to France.
Yeah.
We're going to Munich.
Yeah.
We can't skip London. Like, we're trying to do we've been to the National. We're trying to do the soccer. We're trying to do the sports card show World Tour.
Yeah.
The Grand Slam.
Yeah.
And we've been to London 3 times for 3 different shows.
Yeah.
We don't want to miss one.
No.
I enjoy talking to the people too much.
Yeah. I love England too much. I love being in England.
I love the tube.
Yeah.
So if anyone has a hint, a
lead. Yeah.
If anyone has a lead on a table, or if anyone's close enough to Harry that they can pull him round and say, listen.
Yeah. And I actually think the organisation is big enough that Harry is even not
aware.
He's not even doing it himself. I think it's so successful. And I was saying, like, on Instagram, what a success for the London Card Show that we've created a secondary market for a table.
Yeah. People will be buying tables to flip them.
Because now it only takes one other person that wants a table to say, I didn't realise you could buy one on a secondary market.
You can.
And now there's bidders.
There's bidders.
Now there's a bidding war.
You're auctioning tables to the highest bidder.
Yeah.
Filthy.
Because someone comes along and says to us, well, what are you going to
do?
What are you going to do at the show? And we say, well, we have an idea of why we want to go. And they say, well, you know, how much am I going to charge you?
Damn.
So don't be a shark. Because if you have a table and you're willing to let it go without kind of
it's Halloween weekend, like you might have plans you weren't expecting to have.
Yeah.
You might have more than one table and you might say, you know what, I'll get Enzo and Jason there.
Yeah. That's right.
That's right.
So
that's out there.
That's out there now.
If you find a lead,
you send them to us. Okay.
Again, if you're close with Harry, pull him round, say the lads are looking for a table.
Yeah.
Make one appear. But yeah, for now we're just getting people mentioned us in the story. Was that sharing our table or was that?
Don't know.
I'm just gonna have a check. I need to. This is terrible for the viewers. We're very bad at podcasting, Jason. No, yeah, shared. Look at that, shared on the story.
Oh, of the London Card Show.
Yeah, no, not him.
No,
AJ Cards. Get them to the London Card Show. He says.
I think AJ Cards has been at least 2 of the 3.
Yeah, because at the end of the day,
yeah,
we're good fun to have at the show.
According to ourselves.
No, but I think people like seeing us. I think we've not gone anywhere in the world so far since we started this podcast without being stopped by someone that listens to the podcast. Even when I went to Minneapolis, to VCon, which had nothing to do with card shows, there was some card vendors there. To be fair,
some crossover, but not.
I met Australian listeners. I met American listeners.
Wow.
We went to Denmark. You know what I'm saying? Like people, good to have us there.
Yeah, so we want to do more of this. We want to be vendors again at the London Card Show.
We're getting better at being vendors every time.
Better and better.
There we have it.
Yeah. Now, over in France, where we're going later this month.
Flights officially booked.
We have been calling out for some sort of card collection in France for ages and ages and ages and ages. And we had Premier League score, we had Serie A score,
La Liga score,
FIFA score. FIFA score, La Liga are upgrading mega cracks and stuff like that. So finally, France said, we're going to do something. We're going to do something. And they put out Panini FC football cards.
Okay.
Ultra premium cards featuring the stars of Ligue 1. That's the idea, right? So, and this is exciting.
For sure.
The cards are not, there's no trading card game element, there's no numbers, they're premium trading cards. And the most exciting thing about this is that this gives an opportunity for people that emerge in Ligue 1 to have a rookie card.
Yeah, for the first time ever.
For the first time, and not just have a sticker.
Or a Superfoot. Back in the day they had.
Yeah, Superfoot, yeah. So, it's interesting. There is a checklist.
I think there are parallels and stuff.
There are parallels, yeah.
Wow.
I'm going off Cartophilic.
Classic.
Which is a good website for anyone who doesn't know. Who says that there's 130 base cards apparently. This collection has just been released. I've made a start on compiling the checklist. It doesn't seem to be available on the Panini France website. Each team in Ligue 1 has 5 cards in the main set. Only 8 names are missing. Number 1, number 11, number 21, number 30, number 56, number 57, number 58,
Love
number
that
92.
You can find a few names.
Yeah, well, the problem is these went live on Panini France.
Oh, they're already out?
Yeah, and then sold out, but it's only available in France. We've bought stuff off Panini France before. You got to ship it within France.
Yeah.
So, and there's hanger boxes as well. So we're going to go and get some while we're in France.
Oh, absolutely.
But the problem is we need people to
fill in the blanks.
People that are in France.
Cartophilic doing a great job of putting that together. Unbelievable.
Some of the stuff on Cartophilic, you're like, how did you find this out? And how long did it take you?
Yeah.
Unbelievable resource. So I'm just looking through. I mean, these are all names that I don't recognize, but I will know in 5 years when
they're moving everywhere.
Everton spends 50 million on one of these guys that plays for Ajaxio, you know? It's crazy. It just always happens. So I'm just looking through here.
Is there any autographs?
No autographs, I don't think. Okay, there are 30 cards on the ultra premium checklist, and they have.
Oh wow!
They have parallels. I believe.
Wow! Look, is that of 1,000?
Yeah. So you got rare bronze of 1,000.
It's within 10 packs. Like this is a large print run.
Yeah, large print run. So this is like there are trading cards, and then there are some people on the parallel checklist. I think is the thing.
Yeah.
So you got Jonathan Klaus, who we actually saw playing against Denmark for France the other night. It says he's for Lens, but he's now at Marseille. Seko Fofana for Lens. Jose Font for Lille. Benjamin Andre for Lille. Jonathan David, Canadians. Okay. Jerome Boateng for Lyon. Paquetá for Lyon. Moussa Dembele for Lyon. Mandanda, Guendouzi, Payet, Milik, Golovin, Ben Yedder, Savanier.
Kind of the big names.
Kind of the big names for each, club. For like PSG, they have loads of people on the parallel checklist. They have Donnarumma, Hakimi, Marquinhos, Verratti, Mbappe, Messi, and Neymar. Then you have Benjamin Beauregard, Martin Terrier, and Ludovic Ajorc as well. So it's a first step.
It's a start. Yeah.
It's a start. You can't go from nothing straight to like a perfectly formed.
Yeah, no.
Panini Score did a pretty good job of that, but we'll give them
true. But like the thing that upsets me there a little bit, if I was to be critical, is the of 1000 parallel versus having a larger variety of cards on the parallel checklist and then smaller numbered parallels.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you were trying to hit 1000 and whatever parallels, you should have just had more things, because that's where the rookies kind of fall into it.
That's true.
But again, first time. Again, as you said, Panini Score kind of hit it out of the park in a very big way. But it's something.
Although, hang on a sec.
Meanwhile, the reel continues to reel in the love. I'm waiting for a message from
the London Card Show,
just saying you can't
do this.
This is not.
This is not how you conduct business.
If you get a table, you're not welcome. Like you can't. You're not on the list. That's it. You can't. They have their list.
We don't welcome scavengers.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
They're gonna say this is a bit. They're just trying to enjoy their Tuesday.
Yeah.
And they're gonna go.
You have these two Irish cowboys.
Table, you can't. Like, you walk in and say Soccer United. There's no table.
No. We walk in and we say
whatever the person
is. Then we unroll the banner,
and they'll never know.
Even though they do know us. So right.
They know as well.
Panini France says, this is a Google Translate. Ligue 1, Uber Eats, like you've never seen it before. A new collection of ultra premium from the French Championship to discover Panini. For the first time, the Panini FC collection consists of base cards and unique ultra rare cards and numbered printing. So once you start doing numbered printing, that's when you get into doing interesting stuff.
If you're in the hobby now.
Yeah, if you can't number the cards,
what are you
doing? So you get 130 cards in the base checklist, and then 120 parallel cards of the best 30 players.
But that's like the next step. Like if all of the factioned off Paninis start making stuff like that, and they still stick to we're only shipping it inside this country, that creates a really fun European hobby landscape.
Agreed.
Like if Erling Haaland had numbered ultra premium numbered cards in Salzburg kits in the Austrian Bundesliga instead of just the foosball that's standardized. Can you imagine?
Yeah, exactly. Like so, the guys that make the Czech league stuff have that, but it's just not Panini. But the one thing that I'm looking at here and I'm seeing cards look grand, look fine, look good.
Apart from
there's no rookie logos. I was going to say.
Oh, I was going to call out the big Panini logo on the top left, the Panini FC logo.
Yeah,
don't love it.
That's not great.
And it's very it's even diamond shape, like it's the same as the Road to Qatar kind of shape. If that just wasn't there, the cards look incredible.
So what's interesting here is it looks like Panini France have said, okay, we get it, but we're doing our own thing. We're not doing Score. We'll come up with our own concept, execute it ourselves.
Score looks so good though.
There's nothing wrong with Score. But whatever, this is a good start.
No, it is. It's something.
It's something, and we're going to go and try and find some
out in the wild.
Out in the wild in France.
There could be some at the show.
There definitely will be.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Exciting.
We could support another table versus buying in a retail.
Yeah. Maybe we go to the show, see what's what, but they'll be charging us up the wall.
Yeah, that's true.
But then maybe they go and make sure there's none in a 10-mile radius around the show.
They clean it up.
Oh my God.
We arrive on the Friday. What if we get some and put it on our table?
Oh yeah.
Look at that. Now we're flipping.
Now we're coming into your market and we're flipping you your own stuff.
Shocking.
Right, so keep an eye on that and see where it goes. Just looking to see real quickly, do I recognize any French rookies? There's so many, but here's what I don't understand. There's so many players in this checklist that no longer play for those.
I think this is technically 21, 22.
Yeah, it must be.
Because Paqueta is at West Ham now.
Yeah. Guiri's at Rennes.
It obviously took them a while to get this together.
Yeah. Oh, there's a little video.
Yeah, but
go ahead.
Does that not show you who number one is there in the checklist?
It shows me a picture, but I can't see who that is.
Yeah, but zoom it in, you probably know. Can you zoom?
I can't zoom. I can save it and then
zoom. Is that my passport?
Yeah, it's your passport.
Saved on your computer.
Yeah. No,
it's the goalkeeper.
It's a goalkeeper. It's whoever the goalkeeper is for.
Wouldn't that be nice to fill in something for Cardiff? Say, hey,
yeah,
do you know who number 1 is?
It's a goalkeeper. Oh, he sent me an email back. Thanks,
man. Fair shot. You're gonna watch a video.
Yeah, the video was. It
was nothing.
It was nothing.
Jesus, Panini France in the bin.
Panini France's video department in the bin.
That's terrible.
Okay.
You're here putting our videos together.
Yeah, and I think I'm in a position to judge.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You have a lot to say when you're on the mic.
Yeah. God, it gets us in trouble, huh?
It does.
If we could just shut up. Right. Speaking of shutting up, if he speaks, he is in big trouble. It's Jose Mourinho.
Ooh.
And he launched his platinum created set with Topps there. I say he
first
launched
ever
it.
platinum.
Whatever platinum is, it's all foil.
Yeah. Does that? Here's one.
Yeah.
Does all foil? Is that the same as like the 30 seasons cards? That kind of.
Yes.
It's paperish stock, plasticky or whatever, but
that's
it's foil. Right. That's what we're thinking.
That's what we're thinking.
Like we're not thinking it's a pearlescent type.
No, I don't
thickness.
think so.
No, okay.
I don't think so. Right. So these came out, I believe, at £100 on Topps UK.
115 on the EU websites.
Yeah, which is lower than usual because of the weakness of the pound. And each box contains 1 autograph and 2 numbered parallels. The interesting part to me was that this is the first time we've seen Brendan Rodgers autographs in Merlin and stuff like that just gone, but like this is the first time we've seen like a manager set.
But who else could it be?
Who else could it be? That's it. It's like the perfect. Really, if you're going to have a manager that can do this, it would be like Arsene Wenger, Sir Alex Ferguson retired, and then Jose.
Carlo Ancelotti,
yeah.
But like Jose
has the brand,
personality, exactly.
And I mean, he was just in a Stormzy video. Like he's pure pop culture.
Yeah, especially since he launched his Instagram.
Yeah, exactly. So they have like this trophy lift set checklist, which is all him lifting various trophies.
European trophies.
So you got Porto lifting the UEFA Cup, then the following season lifting the Champions League, lifting the Champions League with Inter Milan, the Europa League with Manchester United, and then the Europa Conference League with AS Roma. So he's the ultimate UEFA manager because he's the only manager to win all three.
And like tops of all 3 of them licenses, as we just seen with Inception. So
exactly,
beautiful. And Jose's obviously doing the sticker set for the Euros.
Yeah, it's part of a longer term arrangement.
Yeah, so it's just brilliant.
The Old Trafford touchline celebration is in there. Along with lots of other
bits,
iconic moments. Now, of course, you get into this element, which is like, we're talking about the road to the World Cup. They always have to have this element where you shoehorn in
Haaland,
the cards you want to put in. Yeah, Haaland and whoever else. Like, so on the base set checklist, you always have, remember with like Roberto Firmino, there was like teammates at Liverpool, but then there was like South American stars, then there was like Brazilian teammates and all that stuff. So you have like analysis, and I think it has a little written. I don't know, but I think they have like a little written message from Jose.
Okay,
from
that's
Jose
fair.
On the back of the card.
Like the only one there that really he hasn't interacted with is. Oh no, there's a few. Okay.
I mean, I think he's either
he's played against all of them.
He's managed or managed against all of these players.
Yeah, maybe not Haaland.
No,
I don't think so.
No, but that's again, it's like no one has the balls to leave Haaland out of a checklist.
Yeah, why would you? Why would you not have him in?
Yeah. Well, all you're going to say is, can we just put him in? And Jose's not going to say.
It's not they're putting in no one. Like they're not putting in like an unknown rookie. Like it's Haaland.
Can we just put him in? And he goes, yeah, grand. Okay.
Give us your thoughts on Haaland.
Yeah. So there you go. Yeah. The trophy winners base set checklist is Juan Mata, Marcus Rashford, Samuel Eto'o, and Tammy Abraham, which is an interesting arrangement of players. And then you have, of course, your autographs. Harry Kane, Leo Messi, Mason Mount, Rafa Varane, Virgil van Dijk, Iniesta, Drogba, Lampard, Terry, Vidic, Maldini, Carlos, Roy Keane, Steven Gerrard, Xabi Alonso. Oh, Roy Keane, actually, I might try and pick up because I didn't get the 30 seasons of that. Samuel Eto'o, and then you have UEFA stars: Anthony, Diogo Jota, Hazard, Havertz, De Bruyne, Lautaro Martinez, Neymar Jr., Zaniolo, Pedri, James, Muller, Toni Kroos, Trent, and Vinny Jr. And then you have the
Vinny's brand changed to Vinny Jr. from Vinicius Jr.
Yeah.
Was crazy.
Just like
he just did it one day.
Yeah. And then you have the trophy lift and career moments. They're also cards, and there's on-card autos as well, and there's sticker autos and
for Jose, yeah.
For Jose, just for Jose, yeah. So, they're doing reasonably well on the resale market, and I'm just excited to see. We talked about this with Ancelotti is the main thing.
Yeah.
Like, is there actually a market
for these moments?
For these managers
at this time?
Yeah.
Like you see him lifting. I hate Inter, but you see him lifting trophy for Inter that was capping off at an amazing treble.
Yeah.
Is there going to be big Italian interest in getting that card?
That's what I mean.
If there's not straight away, there will be eventually. You'd imagine. But
like, say the Porto.
Yeah.
2 trophies of Porto. Like, I don't even know if you, like, most people in the hobby, if you ask them to name clubs Jose Mourinho's managed, would they even say Porto?
No, that's true. Like, are the people who would be most interested in this set even in the hobby yet?
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a very good football
set.
I don't know if it's. That's almost what you have to put. Haaland's like a little breadcrumb.
No, but this is interesting because this could be a set that in 5 years, 10 years time, there's huge interest in the various places for these autographs, particularly the on card.
Yeah. Right. Let's go on to your football week.
Let's go.
We have to start with the Manchester Derby. On the 2nd of October, we had City hosting United. And it was an absolute rout.
Such a good game. I enjoyed it. You hated it.
Yeah.
Haaland is a spectacle, and that's all I enjoy.
I know.
And it is that thing. Gary Neville was saying, he talks a lot, but Gary Neville was saying City for the last few years have been so good. They play spectacular football, but sometimes watching them was a bit boring, even though what they were doing was amazing.
Because they pass it back and it has to go.
It was just very.
And
they were incredible at what they were doing, but it was a bit boring. But now when you watch it, there's this show-stopping factor. This just in an instant,
it's going
crazy
somewhere.
Could happen.
Yeah.
There's just Haaland could just do something that you just like. You have to watch. You need to pay to watch this. You need to go. You need to see him live. That was the kind of ethos, and that's what I get when I watch it. There's this anticipation, and every time he does it, you're just like, Jesus, he did it. Well, we're watching someone at the top of their game. People said, like, what's he going to be like in his prime? This could be his prime.
Yeah.
I don't think it is, obviously. But
just
how much better can you perform?
Defined by them, like
this could be the peak, and it could last for however long.
Yeah.
But how much better could you?
You can't actually get any
3 hat-tricks in a row. At home.
It makes very little sense to say what's he going to be like at his prime, because he's confined by the mathematics of football.
Yeah, you can't score 6 goals a game.
No,
necessarily.
I don't think.
We've never seen it.
Although somebody was
We've never seen this.
Actually, in reaction to this whole thing and talking about Mbappe as well, like if you look at the amount of goals being scored per game, it is speeding up, and it's getting. There are more goals being scored season on season over time, so it's interesting because the game is becoming obviously more open.
Yeah,
everyone's faster, everyone's stronger. And everyone's better. Everyone's just better at like the technique.
Sports science, everything. Like if you look at back in the day, they didn't look like athletes necessarily. This, that, and the other.
And the technical ability now of kids, which we notice a lot, obviously prospecting.
Yeah.
The technical ability of 16, 17-year-olds to control the ball, to put the ball where they want to put it. You know, you rarely see someone kicking it and it going over there when they meant to put it over there. Like everyone's just like a little robot now.
Everyone's better.
But even with all that said, Haaland is still spectacular. Like he's even
because he's just physically and just everything about him.
Yeah, it's all coming together.
And like, he's just like he looks like a robot that was built to do this specific thing. And like something that is also like his pace is so big. Like he's he's speedy.
He's very fast. Yeah,
and he's brilliant at timing his runs and finding the right space in the box. Like he has that poacher instinct.
Timing is definitely one of his biggest strengths.
Yeah, which
he
is hard.
Seems to know exactly where to be at all times. Yeah,
crazy.
And he assisted Phil Foden twice. So I mean,
because it wasn't just 3 goals; it was 2 assists.
Yeah, it's an incredible performance.
That's a route.
Yeah, embarrassing for Manchester United. Completely embarrassing for Erik ten Hag. There was United fans leaving
at halftime. Yeah,
and it's just like,
can I say I wouldn't have left at halftime. Just I understand if you're a supporter of the team, I get it, but it's also like you're watching so many world class players. Would you not just? Or is it just too bad?
I think if you're a fan of the team,
You just can't watch that.
It's not. It's like
doesn't matter.
Yeah, the thing about like if you're a fan of the team, it's never about the other team.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's like
doesn't matter who that is.
Doesn't matter who that is. It's not good enough. I'm going.
Yeah.
Because the onus is on the United players.
Yeah. Like it's hurtful saying that, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, it did show just how much better Man City are than Manchester United.
Yeah.
I thought,
like, why is Casemiro not starting in midfield?
Oh my god, I have no idea.
I need an answer for that.
Yeah. Complete ridiculousness.
What is McTominay doing in the midfield? What doesn't make any sense?
They couldn't hold on to the ball.
But they couldn't defend.
Yeah.
Sounds like Casemiro could have helped.
Yeah. I was listening to a podcast there, and they were talking about like how do you defend against Man City? Like how are you supposed to beat them? And it's like you can't really sit back because they'll, especially now with Haaland, you kind of could sit back sometimes before because they didn't really have a centre forward, so you could let them just kind of pass the ball across you and hopefully you get off scot-free. Most of the time it didn't work anyway. It works even less now with Haaland. Or you could try and play them at their own game, which requires that you're like league-winning Liverpool level. It's very difficult. Or the other thing that was proposed was that you can try and meet them like Real Madrid have done in the past with like physicality, not just like hacking everyone, but like by actually making them think twice before they run past you, or leaning into them as they pass the ball so that it's slightly off. And that's one thing I couldn't watch United. Like they weren't even trying to throw City off their game.
Yeah.
It's like, not only are you so much better than us, we're going to give you the time and the space,
the freedom
to show everyone how much better. Like, you don't work for them.
You're not putting in a tackle.
You're on the other team. Put the foot in. Like, instead of just, I think the two fullbacks got booked for professional fouls, which is like the stupidest version of that.
Yeah.
Where are the niggly fouls?
Oh, you're right. There was one. Martinez did one on Haaland at like the halfway line. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah.
And then Haaland just ran away from him.
Yeah.
Was trying to score.
That's the great thing as well about Haaland, is like he's so big and strong.
He just stands up.
He's like a villain in a movie where you punch him and he does that and then he goes, and you go like, ah.
No, we love him. We do love him.
Phil Foden got a hat trick as well.
First ever hat trick.
Was it for Phil Foden?
For City.
Wow. And Jack Grealish played well.
He actually did.
Yeah. He's keeping Riyad Mahrez out of the team for now.
So funny seeing them sub on Mahrez. It was like, oh, and Julian Alvarez, and it was just like, oh, don't mind if I do.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, the squad depth that they have. It's just unbelievable. Like you think,
United have amazing squad depth too. They were able to use 5 subs and leave Ronaldo on the bench.
Yeah, things are looking bad for Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, and it's not even because his talent's not there or his ability is not there, or he's too old. It's just he's not being picked. Like, he was their top scorer last year.
Yeah, I mean, you would have to.
The Man United doesn't suit a striker, period, the way they're playing.
Yeah, no.
Unless you're Rashford and you're able to counter-attack and run into space.
Yeah.
With pace. That's it. Apart from that, like, if Haaland was at United, he wouldn't be scoring half the goals he scored.
No.
Not because of his ability. It's because the team just doesn't create chances for a striker.
Yeah. So, I mean, Ronaldo's kind of having a
crisis.
He's having kind of like a Lewis Hamilton type season.
Yeah.
Where it's like, we all know how good he was. We're no longer sure how good he is.
But he's probably still really good.
And we don't know if it's him or the car.
Yeah. We don't know if it's him or the car.
And
the problem with Ronaldo, maybe the same for Hamilton, I don't know, but the problem with Ronaldo is moving club was proven not to be easy.
Yeah.
Now, the only thing that could help, and like, he obviously, there's also this crisis of like, it's the World Cup.
Yeah.
Like, there's going to be people saying, to be honest, I think everyone's going to say start him up front, but he didn't score against Spain. There was big drama.
And he got dragged in Portugal.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's like, if you have a player who's sitting on the bench for United, the World Cup's next month, how can the manager justify Ronaldo's striker?
Yeah.
People are going to be like, hold on a minute. But at the same time...
Well, it's one of those big, huge World Cup calls. Yeah.
But it's Ronaldo's last World Cup. Like, he's the captain. Like, the manager did come out and back him.
Oh, yeah.
And he should. And I do think he should start and play. But it's also like, if he gets a small few games, he could easily get injured before the World Cup.
Yeah.
Because he's not playing.
And if he goes through the group stage, like if he starts, I think in the World Cup, if Ronaldo starts strong, he'll be fine. But if it doesn't go well immediately, it may be just diminishing returns and it looks worse and worse. Because he's also not a good loser. He doesn't look
They might go, listen, we're going to put Andre Silva up front.
Yeah.
Ronaldo on the bench. You can't do that.
I mean, like, he's one of those players where he is the most gracious winner. You know, he goes over and he says to people, you know, he's a bit like Jurgen Klopp.
Shakes everyone's hand, yeah.
You know, it's like, oh my God, this guy has an amazing personality. He's so kind. He's so generous. Everything just water off a duck's back. He's so cool. Like, wow, you know. And then you realize, hang on, I've never seen him lose.
He gets a goal disallowed, takes the captain's armband off, throws it on the front.
Exactly. Do you know, it's like
down the tunnel.
It's that kind of thing of like, once you see them lose,
but he's not built to lose. That's
the mask drops. Well, he's going to have to get used to it.
Oh my God. Playing for United.
Yeah, playing for United.
It's sad. It is sad to see in terms of from a footballing point of view.
Yeah, but everyone's time comes.
Yeah, but that's the problem is it's not his time yet. Is the thing. Like that's how it feels. It just feels like United. Like it's like looking at Memphis Depay and being like, you're not as good as you are, and then he's like, I'm just gonna go.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be really good. It's like United is just weird, but that's why like he shouldn't have went back.
No,
but he hated Juventus, so it's like what?
Yeah.
What are you trying to do?
But then it's like, if I would define your time, like your time to go, is not the time where you can't do it anymore. In ideal circumstances, because there's people that could play in ideal, like Totti could still be playing in ideal circumstances, like, you know, Pirlo could still be playing in ideal circumstances. But it's when you can no longer adapt.
Yeah, but
that's it.
Well, I don't think that's what's happening.
But he can't adapt to what's going on at United, because if he could, he'd be playing.
I don't know.
If he could feasibly,
but I look at him last year, like a few months ago.
Yeah,
their top scorer, banging in goals. And this is the debate going on throughout football. We don't need to have it.
Yeah,
Roy Keane and Mika Richards, that's what it's like now. But like, just to say like, oh, he's not doing it anymore. Like, he's not playing. You can't do it when you're not playing.
But he's not doing it when he is playing.
Yeah, but he's not playing.
Do you think he would have made a difference in that match?
I don't think any Man United player would have made a difference in that match.
So
that has nothing to do with him. Like, that's United being shite.
But like, Martial came on and scored 2 goals.
Yeah, but he could have done that.
100%. You think he could have done that?
100%. He just scored a little tap-in header and a penalty. He could have done that for sure, and he would have been getting grief because it was a tap-in and penalty.
Right.
That's true.
So you think he should start every week for United?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe not every week, but getting phone calls.
Another young superstar is Jamal Musiala, and he got Bundesliga Man of the Match Day, they call it, which I guess is like Player of the Weekend in Germany, after scoring and assisting 2 goals in the first half against Bayer Leverkusen.
Did he score 2 and assist 1, or did he?
Scored 1 and assisted 2.
Okay.
Here's a stat for you.
Okay.
Jamal Musiala has scored 5 goals in the first 8 match days of the Bundesliga this year. The only teenager to have scored more goals at this stage of a Bundesliga season was Gerd Müller in 1965-66.
Wow.
There you go. So
he's doing really well.
He's doing really well. He's stepping up. He's providing goals. And he's one of 5 or 6 players that are filling the Lewandowski-shaped hole in...
Which is a big one.
Which is a big one. But, you know.
He's doing well at Barcelona.
Oh, yeah.
The 2 Farmers League strikers have moved to non-Farmer Leagues and are making them look like Farmer Leagues.
That's right. Yeah. Also, I read today from Florian Plettenberg in Sky Sports Germany. It can be assumed that Youssoufa Moukoko will extend his contract with Borussia Dortmund. It looks like Rafa Guerrero is going to go. Dahoud, Hummels and Royce are under their contracts. But also Anthony Modeste, who was brought in as like an emergency signing after Sebastian Aller was out with illness, is going to go after this season. So Moukoko is probably going to extend his contract and may have more playing time next season.
As an 18-year-old?
As an 18-year-old or whatever. And he'll be gunning for the Gerd Müller records.
Listen. And we're still sitting on a PSA 10 autograph of that young boy.
So I think that's good for Moukoko too, because there was talk of maybe he might leave and stuff like that. But I think it's good that he stays.
Stay put.
Yeah.
Did they say anything about Bellingham there? No, he's probably going to leave.
It looks like he's going to leave maybe next
Liverpool
season.
Or City.
Yeah. I think Chelsea are trying to hijack it as they're just doing every single transfer above.
I wouldn't be surprised if they try to get Ronaldo in January now that your man got rid of Tuchel.
Yeah.
But like it's after the World Cup. What matters? Nothing matters.
So yeah, there's a documentary coming out about Ronaldo R9 called The Phenomenon: The Rise, Fall and Redemption.
I mean, there wasn't.
There is a very good trailer which I recommend, And I just wonder, actually, there's been a few documentaries that have come out over while I've been doing this podcast. And what I'm learning based on price movements is nobody's watching these documentaries.
Yeah, no one's watching. A few people watched the Bosman one, but that was different. There was no price movement to be had there.
Yeah.
Just an interesting footballing documentary.
There was a Wayne Rooney documentary that came out.
I enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
That was brilliant.
And so I just wanted to ask people, please watch this whenever it becomes available. Just have a look at it.
Have a look.
Have a look, because he was really good.
He was unbelievable.
Yeah. Really, really good.
Some say the best ever.
Yeah.
For his, like, not in terms of his total legacy, but in terms of, like, when he was at his peak.
Yeah.
As unplayable as you can get.
And I can only imagine the stories that are in this documentary. Oh. Everyone that came across him had, like, every manager that managed him had, like, a crazy...
His World Cup haircut.
Experience, yeah, the haircut.
That was the one, scoring 2 goals in the final. Like, that's, like, if that happened, like, in this
era, oh.
Like, that haircut, just that. Like, imagine, like, a prism card with that haircut. And it was just, like...
It would be untouchable in terms of impact.
Yeah.
And then the Champions League is back tonight. Tonight, Wednesday, and then Thursday you have the
big games are tomorrow. AC Milan versus Chelsea.
Yeah.
At the Bridge.
Ajax and Napoli is tonight, which is
a great game.
Great game. There was a cool graphic that Ajax made, which was like, I guess supposed to be Johan Cruyff and Diego Maradona, I guess in heaven. Weirdly religious statement from Ajax, sitting on a couch watching the game on TV.
That's fair. 2 icons. Liverpool Rangers would be a big game atmosphere wise.
Yeah, Liverpool need to batter somebody, and Rangers are a prime candidate. Barcelona travel to Inter.
The last time Barcelona played Inter, not a single player is still at the club at Barcelona. Wow. And I think that was only a few years ago.
Huh. Interesting.
There you go.
And then Spurs are travelling to Frankfurt, where I think they'll meet a great challenge.
Atletico Madrid against Club Brugge.
Club Brugge, yeah. I was looking at Bruges' team. They've got an incredible little collection of young players. One of the Canadians, Tajan Buchanan, I think he's Canadian. He plays for them as well, and he probably won't start, but may come on. So I'll have to watch that with my
eagle eye.
Have a look at him.
Let the people know.
Yeah, let the people know.
Milan play tomorrow, City play tomorrow. Those are my 2 vested watches, just because I love watching Haaland and I love AC Milan.
Yeah, I'll be watching probably Benfica PSG tomorrow, because Benfica Juve was an amazing match.
Oh, PSG, man,
and PSG obviously are good too. So yeah, we'll have a look at that. But on Thursday we're back to talk about everything that happened in the Champions League.
Oh yes, and that's going to be great.
And also what happened with Mosaic when it launched.
Is that our first Champions League podcast that's not a Q&A? Maybe.
Could be, yeah.
Wow.
Maybe, I don't know.
Listen.
It's all a blur.
Wow.
Right, look. We'll see you on Thursday. And check out stockcarsunited.com.
We got a few bits.
That's it.
Thank you.